Hey, it's me again, been a while. I just thought I'd mess around. Also show one of the projects I'm currently working on. I'd show its counterpart piece, but it's hanging on the wall, and I'm not going to try and reach it. I do, however, have time-lapse of it, but I'm not going to upload it until I've finished this piece. So I'm going to get started with that. It is, I don't know what to say, a diorama, or just a points of interest map. I noticed that various folk have been doing those where it's like a town or city type place and it shows what looks to be the points of interest. You know, those sort of things. Well, I found on Etsy there was a seller who did that for at least two of the regions of the Pokemon series. You got the first region, which is that one, and then you got the 8th region, which is the one on the wall. And conveniently, that one on the wall is based off the UK. So that one I obviously decided to do first, with living in the UK. Anyway, hopefully it shows up. I might have to sort editing. But there is what I'm working on. We have like the headquarters of Pokemon over here, and a place called Melt Moon. A big department store. This is going to be a big office complex. And then a massive mausoleum on that side, and various other stuff down there. So yeah, I'm getting there with page 2. By rights, I would have had it done before, but I was rather lazy. You know, where you look at something and you're like, I'll do that in a minute, or I'll do that later. But you don't do it. That's me in this picture. The same happened with the first one, actually, because I was like really excited to do both pictures. And then I was just lazy about it. Oh, sorry, because hitting the microphone. Okay. One other thing I have been doing now is loom knitting, trying out different stitches. I was using my 12, well, what you'd probably call the 12 peg, because if you're only using one side, it's 12, the smallest one. I'm too lazy to get the round ones, because the box that they're in is literally holding up other stuff right now. During December, picked up by the Clover Company the Wonder Knitter. It's just disc turns, you have your wool on it, and you turn the disc that way or that way, compensates for both. Use the hook. It has, where's the other one? Don't want to pull out all the discs, because both of them actually have different size discs. That one's a 6 and a 3 peg, the other one's 6, 5 and 4. Why is it you can't find some when you're looking? Usually I'll just grab, there we go. Got a French knitter, which currently has the 6 pegs attached to it. So. So yeah, I've been using them. Where did I put the thing? The good thing about this one, that goes in there. Also, take that off. Where's the counterpart? No, that's for the other one. Oh, here we go. This is the 3 pegs. It's the one that's by default on it when you get it. You slot that on there. And then I learnt this rather new and, this exciting and intriguing thing you could do. Where there's 3 holes there, the 3 pegs, there's 3 holes. You can actually sit it on top of it, and therefore ease of storage. Just have it sit on your side like that. Anyway, speaking of the knitting, I wanted to see if I could could replicate one of Mum's blankets. She had this blanket that she crocheted well before I was born, and I was born in 1982, so give you an idea how old this blanket is. And it was, as I said, it's crocheted, and like when I was looking up on YouTube, apparently it's called granny square blanket design. And the way hers was, it was a big green square in the middle, and then you had a chunk of white border in it, and then a thin line of blue bordering that, and then more white, and then pink out on the edges. In fact, not exact colour shades, but I got a mint, a pink. Some people might recognise these from when I got Mum's crochet set, because she wanted to attempt to remake it. There's a sky blue, there's a white, and one other colour we got, because we couldn't remember if it was in there or not, was the cream. Apparently we remembered that no, it didn't have that. But I realised, well, not only can I not crochet, and no offence, I got no interest in learning, but I'm probably better off using other stitch types to kind of mirror the granny square effect. Because yes, we can do granny squares when it comes to loom knitting, but you do them using the looms, and then when you've done it all, you just kind of pull out the what would be the corners, and that gives you your square shape. And as I said, I ain't getting those round looms out. So I'm improvising. And I was looking up different sort of knitting patterns that might match. So using, like, the small side here is using the 6, that side's using the long loom. That's the Rivulet stitch, I believe it's called. It's just like 2 lines of doing stuff. I attempted, emphasis on the word attempted, the diagonal knit stitch. Hopefully knitters that use needles and whatnot know what the heck I'm talking about. But that was the end result. I don't know if it goes that way round or that way round. But obviously I didn't do it right, because most, if not all, these horizontals should have about the same thickness as either the verticals or the outside edge. I'm not very good at doing certain things. So I keep trying, because I've got some of them written down, sheets of paper. What have we got? Ignoring all the Pokemon stuff. Like, here's a bunch of stuff that I'd looked up, just different stitches. We have flag stitch, garter stitch, block diamonds, bamboo, which it looks awesome, by the way. I don't know about when you're knitting it, but it looks awesome when you're doing it on looms. Little pyramids. Again, the block stitch, I don't know why I have multiples of the same one. Puffy basket weave, figure 8, which is for horizontal figure 8, because by default when using a knitting loom, that is your standard knitting, is your figure 8ing across the loom. It gives you your double thickness. Rivulet stitch. Is it? Yeah, that diagonal one. And yeah, different coloured blankets type stitches. And then I got a sheet written down that's got the various types of stitches you use, like knitting and purling and stuff. Because there's, I think it's 4. I know in knitting, you basically, when you're knitting, you just, I think it's you put you put the loop over one needle, and then you put the needle through the back, and then use it to take the stitch off or something. No, I ain't knitted in years. But I'm sure people that knitted know what I'm talking about. You know, you do your knit stitch. In loom knitting, we have E-wrap, we have U-wrap, we have flat knit, we have true knit, which is pretty much a standard knit stitch if you're using needles. In our case, we already have a stitch made and on a peg, and it's, if you want to make a new stitch, you have the wool sitting above as if you're going to do you know, as if you're going to do a flat stitch where you just rest the wool above the peg and then pull the previous one over it. And that way, instead of putting the previous one over it, you actually use the hook and pull the wool down below the front of the stitch so you get this loop. And then you replace the stitch with the loop, and that's the true knit. And if we want a purl, we literally mirror that. Instead of pulling the wool down, you pull it up. Those, so that forced knitting one is literally the counterpart to needles, I think. Considering the purl, it's the opposite of the purl stitch. And if I'm not mistaken, when you're using needles, the purl stitch is pretty much opposite in terms of where you're going to put the working wool. Do you put it behind the needle? Do you put it in front of the needle? And that determines which it is. So that's literally all I remember from trying to use needles as a kid. Folks kept trying to teach me how to knit, and I don't have the dexterity for it. And one day my mum got me the knitting doll that I've shown off previously. And I didn't know how to use it, even with the instructions. I still learned how to use it eventually. And then I decided to get those looms. And as I said last December, I got the knitters. A few weeks ago, I got that. Because I felt like it. You usually use it to make Afghan blankets and stuff. I'm trying to make a blanket here. It's like, what can I use? So I got that just in case I need to fall back on anything, especially for the pink outside part. I'm getting further out on the blanket pattern. So that's going to end up fun. But yeah, back to the wool. There's, as I said, one of each, and I have a feeling, just from looking at people crocheting their blankets, it takes more than one ball of wool, for the most part. If you're lucky, the entire ball of wool lasts the entire blanket, but depending on what you're doing and how much you got. So I decided to get more, I'm not pulling them all out, but I got 3 of each colour. It's the exact same colours. Well, I had to get yellow instead of cream, but again, if the cream isn't needed, I just got some yellow wool. But I've got the 4 main colours though. 3 of each, so I think I got enough. Hopefully, I have enough. As such, I'm going to do a sort of pseudo ASMR thing again, and all it is just me winding those balls of wool. If it don't work out, it's just going to be me, it's going to be a video of me cross-stitching instead. Because I'm going to be recording that. But whether or not you'll be seeing me winding wool or stitching is just dependent on how the audio goes for the winding the wool. Okay. So, probably see you back here after I've done either. Hopefully. Sorry this was rambling, but everything's all over the show. Yeah.